All right, let's jump right in. For over 1,000 years, the Pashtun people, they didn't write down their wisdom in these massive, dusty books. Instead, they passed it down in these short, punchy sayings. Today, we're going to explore just three of them, and each one offers this incredible lesson on how to live a life with, real dignity and grace. And look, this isn't some trendy advice you see on the internet. No way. This is wisdom that's been put through the ringer, right? It's been tested, shaped, and kind of hardened over so many generations. It's practical, it's powerful, and honestly, it's just deeply human. So these sayings, they actually have a name. They're called Mataluna. And the best way to think about them, they're like these little gems of experience, polished super smooth by centuries of being told and retold. It's basically the collective common sense of a whole people, passed down as simple truths you'd hear around the house. So, the big question is, what can they actually teach us today? Okay, lesson one. This is something every single one of us has to face at some point, right? It's all about how we deal with things that are just gone forever. I mean, that's just a simple, undeniable truth, isn't it? The image it paints is crystal clear. Once something's gone, it is gone. And this whole idea is captured perfectly in this one classic story. So the story goes like this. There's this merchant, and he loses his most valuable horse. And instead of, figuring out what to do next, he just gets completely consumed by it. He spends all his time every day just replaying the loss in his head. And while he's doing that, his business starts to fail, he's ignoring his family, basically everything he still has. He's just frozen by regret for something he can't change. So you see, the proverb isn't just about, oh, accept your loss. It's actually a warning. It's saying that wasting all your energy on something you literally cannot change, well, it's not going to bring it back. And worse, it might actually cost you everything you still have right in front of you. Okay, so from letting go of the past, the Mataluna kind of guide us to the next logical step, appreciating the present. And that brings us to our second big lesson. This one is all about contentment and really the power of now. What's so cool about this one is its focus on what's certain versus what's just a promise. It's kind of like a super practical form of mindfulness, Just a really grounding piece of advice. And of course, there's a great story about a wise farmer that illustrates it perfectly. So picture this. There's a farmer, and all he has is one healthy goat. It's not a lot, sure, but it's real. It's right there, and it helps feed his family. Then a trader comes by with this really tempting offer. He says, hey, give me your goat now, and I promise I'll give you 3 goats next year. But the farmer, he gets it. He understands this proverb, and he says no. He chooses the certainty of what he has right now over a big promise for the future. And that's the lesson, right? It teaches us to value what's real, what's immediate. It's about finding your security and your gratitude, not in some far-off dream, but in the actual, tangible things you're holding right now. That one ear of corn in your hand, that one goat in your yard, that's what true wealth is. All right, so we've talked about accepting the past. We've talked about valuing the present. Now this final lesson, it takes us even deeper. We're going into the realm of our own emotions, into the natural rhythm of life itself. Now at first glance, this one might sound kind of gloomy, a little fatalistic, maybe, but it's not. It's actually pointing to a really deep emotional intelligence. It's just acknowledging that life is a whole spectrum of experiences, and you really can't have one extreme without also having the other. And the story of a man named Sher Alam just brings this to life so powerfully. So when his son got married, Sher Alam's joy was just boundless. He laughed, he celebrated, he held nothing back for 3 entire days. Then, years later, a terrible tragedy. His son passed away. And Sher Alam mourned with that exact same intensity. He wept for 3 full days. He didn't run from either emotion. He faced both the joy and the grief with the same depth, the same dignity. The wisdom here is so profound. To live a full life means you have to feel a full life. It means you embrace those peaks of incredible joy, but you also navigate the deep valleys of sorrow with grace. One really gives meaning to the other. If you try to resist either one, you're pretty much resisting life itself. So you have these 3 lessons, and they might seem separate, but how do they all fit together? What happens when you put them all in a row? Well, it turns out they form this really complete and, honestly, super practical philosophy for how to live. Just look at how they connect. It's like a path. Step 1, you make peace with your past. You accept what's gone.
Okay, once you do that, you're free for step 2, to really truly appreciate and treasure what you have right now in the present. And once you have that solid foundation, then you're ready for step 3, walking through all of life's experiences, the amazing and the awful, with a sense of balance and dignity.
So these 3 proverbs, they give us this powerful 3-step path: accept, treasure, and balance. It's wisdom that was forged in the fire of time, and it's just as true today as it was 1,000 years ago. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. What's the timeless wisdom that guides your life? What are those simple, powerful truths that you lean on?